popped it, yeah. Ooh,
Yeah.
good fucking shot.
Well, guys, I've been playing this game for almost 9 years, and what do I have to say after all this time? Well, I got a lot to say, but first of all, I'm just going to say right off the bat, it is the best battle royale there is online in terms of intensity. The meter cannot be matched. When it comes to getting that chicken dinner, it is the most heart-pounding, adrenaline-throttling thing there is. Now, I can't say that this doesn't come at an extremely high cost, because this game might be the #1 reason for all of my frustration and misery in the world. But I can't say that's the only thing the game's brought me. It's brought me a ton of joy. When you start shitting on people and embarrassing them in the lobby, you feel like you actually have superpowers, and you just might. Unlike other games that are for complete like Warzone or Fortnite, this game requires a high level of situational awareness, skill, and strategic execution. And yeah, graphically, it's not the prettiest looking game out there, but what it lacks in terms of normie, Call of Duty, annual slop drop visual graphics, it makes up for in highly realistic bullet physics, gun noises, and true, unmatched, competitive intensity. See what I mean? So stop being one of those weird theater kids that plays Fortnite and come on over to something that's going to give you heart palpitations and make your anxiety medication wear off. So in case you don't know what a battle royale is, you start out in a plane at the beginning of the game with your team of 4. And I'm only going to be covering squads really in this game. There are solos and duos, but what you want to do is you want to drop hot where all the people are going to be. Don't be a bitch. It's a shooter. You want to get kills. So you drop in, and then you go in and try to get as much loot as you can off the ground, scurrying around like a fucking rat, trying to beat the first guy that's going to engage one of your teammates. There's all sorts of different various loot on the ground, guns and ammo, SMGs and ARs, backpacks, you name it. I prefer the SMGs. Here's a reason why. And then once you're done shitting on the people you dropped with that suck and you're better than them, it's time to show them with the new execution that they just added to the game. And I am so glad that this was put in, because I am going to be doing this at every single possible opportunity that I can. This is called thirsting, and before this glorious update, you had to be a little bit more creative on how you wanted to humiliate your knocked opponent. So you get behind them and say this.
I just needs to check inside your asshole.
And then you get them the fuck out of your lobby. Send them back. And don't forget to dance on their stupid little corpse. You do not show the slightest portion of respect to any of your opponents in this game, and I'll tell you why. Because most of them are cheaters. PUBG has the most insane amount of recoil in any shooter I've ever played, so when this guy killed me and I spectated him, and he's standing upright with a 4x scope and an AUG with no recoil, I think the guy might be cheating. I don't know though for sure. Obviously cheating. Okay, so how do these get away with it, and what do they use? Well, they use keyboard and mouse because the developers haven't figured out a way to ban them yet, but they also use this thing called a Cronus Zen, and you can go ahead and buy it at Walmart or order it on Amazon or go to GameStop. It's just so convenient. So what these things were designed for was to be able to use an Xbox controller on your PlayStation or vice versa, okay? But a bunch of figured out how to write scripts into them and then give you no recoil or an automatic gun that shouldn't be automatic. And the worst part of it is they openly cheat, and the developers don't give a flying fuck. Like, as you can see here, this guy's gamertag is sus scripts. Or how about like my script? Or Zim. I mean, come on, guys. Why don't you do something? Why don't you fucking care about your game? Like, bro, they're on your fucking leaderboard, dude. Come on, like, do you need any more proof? They're telling you they cheat. They're bragging about it. So yeah, this is a major problem, and I'm sitting here trying to promote your game almost in a way, saying it's the best battle royale ever, and you guys don't even care about banning people. So I would say get your heads out of your fucking asses and do something about this. Make PUBG great again. And one last thing before I move on, anybody that cheats in this game and ends up seeing this video, you are a complete and total fat. And I hope every single bad thing happens to you in life. Your Xbox overheats, your girlfriend cheats on you, and your dog pisses in your fucking Wheaties. You are all subhuman pieces of shit. And I really hope you enjoy this footage of me fucking you up when I wasn't even trying. Alright, moving on. So every player in the game has a blue chip, and what this does essentially is allow you to get called back into the game if you die. One cool thing you can do is destroy an enemy's blue chip by putting it in a car and blowing it up. This will ensure that their bitch ass goes back to the lobby and they can't come back to the game. And then obviously you can use your teammates' blue chips at the recall station to call them back in. As far as the recall stations go, I don't really have a problem with this, especially with the massive cheating. It allows you to at least have a chance to come back and do something in the game if you fucked up. And this has only recently been added to the ranked mode in PUBG, which is the only mode that I play, so again, whatever, it's fine. So what happens in the game when you get knocked? Well, hopefully you're not an idiot and you got knocked in a spot where your teammate can get you without risking their life and losing you points in ranked mode. But no. Most of the time, it's your teammate's own damn fault that he gets knocked because he's standing out in the open like a fucking idiot, or he's tunnel visioned on only one guy when 4 guys are fanning out around you. Like I said early in the video, this game takes an extreme amount of situational awareness. And for me personally, I think it's most important to not get knocked. That's my whole philosophy on this game is don't get knocked, man. Do what you can, but don't go down. Don't be an inconvenience to your team. Because this is generally how it's going to go. Oh man, he knocked me. I can't believe he knocked me, dude. No way. Hey, come get me, come get me, come get me, come get me. Meanwhile, there's 4 other guys all fanned out around you. They have no awareness at all as to where the rest of them are. They're just worried about getting revived. So yeah, just stop what you're doing. Don't finish the fight. Don't try to get a knock on them. Run into danger. Run into the gunfire and just make sure you revive them so that they can get knocked again. And in this battle here, I did revive a teammate. He was in a safe spot, but then he gets up and runs away and he was the first one to get knocked. Sometimes it's just not worth it. Avoid as teammate. My God, bro. And I'm not saying don't ever go for revives in this game. Just don't listen to people whining about them trying to get revived. Just focus on what you got to do. That was a random teammate. First of all, you should never go out of your way for randoms. Just let him bleed out if he's not even talking. Focus on the fight. Try to get another knock. Throw some smoke on him, of course. That's something you can do without having to risk your life. But be aware of the situation. This game is practically a military combat simulator. Just learn and be smart. But most importantly, don't be a whining, crying, complaining baby bitch of a teammate to deal with in this game. Because if you are one, I'm going completely out of my way if I see your ass in the kill feed to come take you out, and you know exactly who you are. Got him. And then your dumb ass is going to end up on a video of me dancing to the glory of it all. So moving on. Throughout the course of a match, the play zone continues to get smaller, forcing you to move away from your current position and arrive safely within the play area. Depending on how bad the zone fucks you, you're probably going to have to move a pretty far distance, and sometimes the best way to achieve this is with a vehicle. And if you don't know anything about PUBG, it does not make driving vehicles an easy task, especially on this map, which is Rondo. It's littered with uneven surfaces everywhere and can easily flip your car over, leaving you stranded. But it is going to be the most efficient way to get you into the play zone quickly, and if you're lucky, you might come across another team trying to do the same thing, and man, some of these car chases are hilariously epic. Also, just running someone the fuck over has got to be one of the funniest things in the game that you can do. But you got to be mindful if you're about to cross a bridge, because people will sit there and camp with a Panzerfaust, and if they hit you with it, it wipes out everybody in the car with one shot. And wiping an entire team by yourself in this game is called a predator, and it is the most spectacular feeling to experience, trust me. So this leads me now into the third-person perspective that the game is. And you can also play in first person and switch between the two. There's also a first-person mode. Most people on PC only play in first person. I don't see the appeal. The graphics suck. I don't understand why you would want to. Because in third person, you get to see around corners and walls. You go up against a wall and just move the camera and lean a little bit, and you can see an enemy coming where you wouldn't be able to see them in first person. And this is extremely useful for me, at least, because this is how I handle these fucking cheaters, because they don't like to fight up close, because their little fingers aren't working the way our thumbs are on the controller with their little fucking keyboards. Another way to deal with them is when you knock one of their teammates, and if you have enough time before they push you, you can pick them up, throw them over your shoulder, use them as a human shield so that they're afraid to shoot. Because if you kill one of your own teammates in ranked, you get negative RP. You can sometimes also get a 5-minute ban, so they're kind of afraid to shoot. And then you can use your SMG or your shotgun and just walk up to them and blast them and get them the fuck out of the lobby. And the last thing I want to touch on for close quarters combat, and certainly not the least, are the stun grenades. These are the most important things in my inventory because, like I said earlier, these little cheaters don't like to fight up close, man, because they're moving their fingers all weird on the keyboard and they can't figure it out. So that's their kryptonite, is fighting up close. And a well-placed stun grenade is extremely effective. It can leave them blind for over 5 seconds and leave their ears ringing with the most annoying sound in the world. And how you can tell the stun grenade worked is they'll put their hand over their face, they can't see shit, so it doesn't allow them to use their cronus or their keyboard very well. And then you can just run up and hip fire them. And the only way they prefer to play is aiming down sights with an AR because, of course, they have no recoil. And shit, man, I would love to use ARs and play the game how it's supposed to be played. But no, you gotta fight up close with an SMG and use stun grenades. That's just how it is. Because basically, if they see you before you see them, you're dead. Game over, it's done. So yeah, as much frustration and disappointment that I have for the developers, I will give them credit that they are constantly updating the game, putting new things in there, and one of the things they just added was a pickaxe. And this allows you to dig a hole basically in any terrain that you're in and give yourself some cover. And you can also use grenades to make the crater in the ground initially. And so this allows me to hide in a crater and wait for the cheaters to run up on me and throw a stun grenade at them and then SMG them to death. Thanks, PUBG. At least you're trying to make it a little bit fair. And this is just a theory of mine, but I think I know why they're not mass banning people that are cheating, because people spend a fuck ton of money on this game. So there's some pretty cool skins that come out in this game. They're called progressives. And you're not just able to buy them. No, you have to gamble for them, all right? You can use your free coupons every week, but the chances of getting them are less than 1%. All right, Allibye, well, that doesn't sound too bad. I'll just use all my free coupons. No, you can only buy 50 contraband coupons per week. That's the limit. And it costs 40,000 battle points to do so. So with what you can purchase for free with your battle points to get the contraband coupons, you have 5 tries per week to try to get a progressive skin. Sometimes you'll get a few more chances because they'll have some free coupons that they throw at you. But you are going to need G-Coin in order to open more crates. Well, let's see how much G-Coin costs and how much G-Coin you need to open a crate. So it costs $50 for 5,000 G-Coin. And it costs 200 G-Coin to open one crate. So that's 25 chances at less than 1% chance for $50. Guys, this is a fucking scam. This is borderline. Dude, I have not seen anything this bad in a video game with monetization before in my life. At the very least, it's gambling, but at least with gambling, you could go to the casino and you have a chance to win more money. With this, you have a less than 1% chance to piss away a fuck ton of money and get nothing. You have a chance to also get nothing. It doesn't matter how much money you spend. You could spend $700 and not get the shit that you want. Man, fuck these dudes. Don't give them any more of your money. And I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not giving out economic advice, okay? I'm just saying, me personally, I wouldn't, and I'm not giving them another fucking cent. Don't encourage this, man. They're not doing shit about their cheating. They're not fixing the glitchiness of the game. It's still a broken mess. And they want you to spend all this money trying to gamble for a progressive skin that you probably won't even get? unbelievable. So yeah, I have to bring that up in this video, guys. I'm not going to let them just get away with it the way they are. They have to at least be called out. So getting back to the game, I think the game is still the best battle royale there is. I'm not going to change my mind on that. The intensity that I was talking about is unmatched. The battles that you get into are wild as hell, and every time I'm in one and it comes down to me, like the last guy or the last guy, and there's a couple of us, whatever the situation is, your heart is pounding. It feels like you just played an entire basketball game. And no, this is definitely not healthy for you. Your muscles are all clenched up and clamped up. If you're playing this game like I do, you're playing for hours on end. Your eyeballs fucking hurt by the time you're ready to go for bed. You'll want to get off the game at least an hour or two before you're trying to go to bed. And here I'm going to show you a battle I was in with my buddy. It got really intense. It came down to me and the last guy against these sweaties. I'm putting that in air quotes because I don't believe any sweaty is playing legit. But nonetheless, here it is.
160 somewhere? To my left. I'm looking at. Watch rock.
They're here.
He's on ours rock. I tried. He's out here. Yeah, terrible. Nice try.
So yeah, just about every noise that you just heard in that encounter was heart pounding, and the footsteps when we're getting pushed are harrowing to say the least. And then you're down to 1 HP, you end up knocking a guy, and you almost get the last guy. You see what I mean? It's just, there's nothing that can match this. Warzone is bullshit. The footsteps in Warzone sound metallic almost, like you can't tell where somebody is. Fortnite is just its own thing, man. If you just want to chill and play for good vibes, go ahead. But, you know, this game is extremely competitive and realistic. The sounds of the gunshots sound just like the actual gun that you're shooting, and I've never had as much fun sniping in this game. The bullet physics and the bullet drop on the bolt action snipers are completely realistic. And talk about the sniping in this game, dude. I have not played a game where I've had as much fun using a bolt action sniper as I had in this game. You feel like you're an actual elite sniper. You're licking your finger and sticking it up in the air for the fucking wind resistance, man. There's no auto aim in this game, so you have to aim far away from their head. And whenever you get a knock, you feel like you could do that in real life, dude. It's insane. Take a look. There is no other battle royale online shooter that compares to this level of realism that PUBG brings. So this is technically a review. It's more of a rant, but I am reviewing aspects of the game. So let's just go down a list that I have, all right? Is the gameplay fun? Fuck yes it is. It's intense as hell, and for me, that makes it fun, and being competitive on top of it is just icing on the cake. How is the performance? Well, it's great if the game isn't crashing or bugging or glitching, which it's notorious for doing. But since they optimized it for the newer consoles, fucking things have been out for 6 years. The modern current consoles, it's been running pretty good. Compared to when the game first came out, which was a complete nightmare. If anyone has been playing this game, you know what it was. So I think it's made some pretty decent improvements, but in terms of all video games that are out there, even older ones, this game is fucking shit when it comes to performance. Let's just be honest. Is there any forced messaging or wokeness, as you would say? In some of the battle passes, yes, there's been some very flamboyant shit that's been pushed that they want you to pay money for, like male cheerleaders. And, you know, if you want to be a male cheerleader, go on ahead, but I just don't want it in PUBG. Thank you very much. So overall, though, no, there's not, because there's not really any story, so they're not really pushing any kind of woke propaganda. How are the graphics? Like I mentioned earlier, they're bad. They're not good, all right? You're not playing this game for the graphics, all right? So let's just go ahead and admit that right now. They're not good graphics. So yeah, out of these things, man, we're not looking too good, but the gameplay is the most intense and engaging I've ever come across in a shooter in my life, just being honest with that. And there's really nothing that comes even remotely close. Put your fucking hands down. So in conclusion, guys, is this game worth your time and your money? Well, it's free to play, as long as you're not an idiot and spend all this money on G-Coin. I would say no. Just on principle. The game's 9 years old. It looks like shit. It runs like shit. They're scamming you in the store. Boom. 3 things right there, guys. I cannot, with a clear conscience, recommend playing this game to anyone. All right? It's my favorite game. I'm going to keep playing it and be a slave to it. But no, don't get sucked in. Go outside, touch grass. Go meet a woman. That's my advice to you, and it's really a shame because the developers, shame on them, man. They could be doing such a better job, and they came up with a masterpiece at the time this came out. It was so buggy, and everyone still loved it because of what it is, and the intensity is great. But no matter how intense this game is, and how realistic, and how much I love it when I'm having a good time, all this other shit is completely inexcusable and unacceptable. So there you have it, guys. I really don't have a whole lot more to say. In fact, I don't have much more to say. All I got to say is if hell was a video game, it would be called PUBG. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you liked it. I hope you liked what I had to say and what I had to show you. If you'd be so kind to like and subscribe, it would really help me out. I'm trying to get as much content out as I can. It just takes up a lot of time because I am putting a lot of effort into this, so I do apologize if it's been a little bit longer than usual putting out videos lately. But I am going to keep working hard and get stuff out for you guys. So again, thank you very much, and I'll see you on the next one.